Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special bonus episode of the We Know Love Island podcast. You can get the video at weknowdatingshows.com, and you're going to want to. I'm, of course, Kirsten MacInnis. We've got Scally here as well. We have a very special guest. Sophi Balerdi from Survivor 49 is here. Sophi, how are you?
I am so good. I'm so excited to be here. I was just telling you guys that there's only one other show I watch just as much as Survivor, and it's Love Island. And so I feel like I'm a good person to have here because I'm very invested. I was even kind of pissed today that there wasn't an episode because I forgot. It's kind of like when you're craving what's a freaking fast food? I'm literally
Like McDonald's.
Yeah, no, with the one that closes on Sundays.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, when you're craving Chick-fil-A on a Sunday and you're like, damn, it's freaking closed. Like, that's how I felt today about Love Island. I was excited and then I was disappointed, but now I'm excited to be here to talk to you guys about it. And yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So, Sophi, have you been watching, how long have you been watching Love Island for? Like, where did you start with the Love Island journey?
So I started with Across the Pond with Love Island UK with everybody else. I started from season 1. Like, I was invested from there. Loved it so much. And was so obsessed with it, I started watching Love Island Australia, which is also very good. The first couple seasons, would recommend. And then CBS decided to bring Love Island USA. They decided to make it happen. And fun fact, I almost got cast when I was like 19, 20. They love the fact that I was like a virgin at like 19. They love that story. But I was like, I'm not going on TV. It was a whole clusterfuck. Can I curse, by the way?
You're good.
Okay.
You can. Yes.
Clusterfuck of things because I had applied for Survivor, and then I guess they were like, "Oh my God, she's young. We're trying to also cast for Love Island, so maybe we'll put her in that casting pool." So they reached out to me, and I'm like, "Listen, I'm just trying to play Survivor, you know." So yeah, I'm very invested. That's my point I'm trying to get across. Like, I even watched the earlier seasons of Love Island USA because I know a lot of people started watching season 6 with Leah and all those people. So yeah.
I love that. So Sophi, as someone who is a Love Island expert, having seen so many seasons, how is this season going for you so far? Are you loving Love Island season 8 or a little more middling?
So I would say it's kind of like season 49 of Survivor that I was on. It's a little bit of a slow burn, to be honest, compared to other seasons of Love Island so far. Like, usually episode 12, which kind of just happened on season 6, season 7, were pretty hot. Like, Andrea was dumped. That was when the whole Leah Rob thing happened, season 6. And last year, I'm pretty sure Charlie was dumped, and that was a big deal as well. And now it's kind of like we're writing love letters. So I don't know. I'm not super invested as I normally am at this point, but I do think there's potential, which is why I'm excited.
Yes, we're holding out hope. Casa Amor next week. That's all these couples are so solid that then Casa Amor could be extra explosive. We're hoping, fingers crossed. Do you have any particular favorites on this cast or least favorites on this cast?
It kind of changes every day because at the beginning, I actually was feeling Kenzie. I thought, there was stuff that came out about her before the season aired where I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to like this girl. And then she kind of won me over with her authenticity. But now she's kind of showing to be a kind of girl I'm not I wouldn't vibe with in real life. So her I'm not loving right now. I do really like Melanie, but she's someone who last week I didn't like. So it just changes by the day. But right now, I am freaking loving Bryce and Trinity. Trinity has been right there at the top for someone I've loved since the beginning, and that's been consistent. What about you guys?
Yeah, I agree completely about Bryce and ever since Bryce got Trinity's favorite color wrong and she said wrong bitch, that has been stuck in my brain as a vocal stim for me. So I love that. I feel like I've been kind of a Melanie defender the whole time. Even when people were like, I don't like this and I think she's wrong, I was like, I think Sincere's in the wrong. I think she's fine. Because it's gonna be hard for me to take a man's side in pretty much any situation. So I do have a soft spot for her. Obviously, Aniya.
I love Aniya.
Kata won me over.
There we go. There's a lot of people I like on this season. I am enjoying people especially like as people quite a bit. I would say that I am trending towards the messier people, and so that's why like Melanie and Sincere, immediate vote, need to keep them in the villa. Otherwise, I don't know what we're doing. For Bryce and Trinity, they are kind of my couple where I really like them, but I also like that they're mostly commentating on the other couples and like making fun and gossiping. So I think that's fun. What do you think in terms of Bryce and Trinity's long-term perspectives? Are they surviving Casa Amor?
So I could see them having a Serena and Cordell situation, which if you guys didn't watch season 6, Serena and Cordell were kind of very strong, like Trinity and Bryce, where they weren't super solid, but you saw that there was like a spark there. And then when Casa happened, Cordell did come back with another girl, and Serena was super pissed off about it. And it was like rightfully so. So they had a lot of fights and stuff, but then they came back together and they were stronger than ever. And they ended up winning the whole thing. So I could see something like that happening with Trinity and Bryce, but it wouldn't be so catastrophic where like they wouldn't come back to each other. Whereas I think someone like Melanie and Sincere, I think that would actually break the relationship. So
I'm interested to see. I think with Trinity and Bryce so far, it was funny when Trinity was like, "Oh yeah, me and Bryce got tested with the whole Kata thing." I was like, nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like literally nothing happened, Trinity.
That's so true. Yeah.
Can we talk about how Trinity has no secrets in her life? Because we did find out Trinity, during daylight savings time, she had been in the car with her mom and her boyfriend and got active with her boyfriend. But then this week, she was the one to expose that she has given a foot job and about how horrible that was and how it was not comfortable. Like, what I just don't even know what to say. Like, she has no secrets, none.
I know. I kind of love people like that, though. What you see is that they lay it out all there. It's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe Kirsten, you could relate, but like when you grow up with that friend who like you're in the room with her, and then she all of a sudden like she gets naked, starts changing, and you're like, oh, okay, we're good with each other now. We're comfortable with each other. You're just like that. And so I feel that way with Trinity, where I'm like, I feel like I know who she is because she's kind of she's unfiltered and she tells us, even if it's a little weird and uncomfortable, like it's fun to watch.
It's you know what? They talk about how Gen Z is like not having sex, but I think Trinity is doing her best to make sure that we don't believe that anymore.
I think all of this cast is past that.
Oh yeah,
bringing the average up.
Yeah. Dude, and so I'm also watching UK, and it's so funny because it's so different over there in terms of that. Like they're moving at a snail's pace. It's like a big deal if they kiss each other. And these people are getting freaky in bed, or like they talk to each other once and they make out and they can move on like this. It's the weirdest thing. So it's interesting.
It's funny, yeah.
Wait, I wanted to ask a question about UK because I can't watch US and UK at the same time because I would never be able to keep all the people straight during coverage. But I've heard there's an icon on this season of UK. I think her name is Jasmine. Yes. Is she an icon? Do we love her?
I love her. I think she's my fan favorite right now. Honestly, I'm only watching for her right now. She sucked me in with the TikTok edits that I saw of her and this guy named Lorenzo, who I'm also obsessed with. So I literally have been watching and like skipping to their parts because I'm like, I am too invested into the US right now too. It's hard to juggle both.
That's the thing is I'm excited for the binge because right now I feel like I'm missing out where all I'm hearing with UK is, I mean, and I've seen a billion seasons of UK where they're openly talking about like, yeah, we're in a couple, but also I fancy that other person. They're like, good for you. Go do it. It's like, that vibe is not here on this season of US.
No, it's so annoying.
Yeah, it's very, very strange. I'm trying to think, what have you thought of kind of all of the challenges this season? Because I feel like this season we're having like less challenges, less bombshells, less dates. And do you think that what we're getting is like good enough, or are you really missing like the classic format?
So it's weird. Normally in the past they've had challenges that kind of expose certain things. Like the pie one was good because I feel like it caused a little bit of drama, but the ones where they're just like sucking hot dogs and making out, I think that's actually just pushing the whole sexual thing that's happening where they're just making out and like there's so much sexual tension where all these people want to do is have sex with each other, and there's not that much of like pushing like different dynamics. I don't know. So in the past they've done that where they've like read people's tweets, like what the fans are thinking, and it kind of like, I don't know, makes things super juicy. Whereas now it's just like these nasty challenges where like they're exchanging spit and it's just gross.
I think that's a really good point. I feel like a lot of people have been talking about how these couples all seem too secure and too coupled up. And so as a solution, we have a recoupling where they write declarations of love to each other on day 12.
Yeah, or they make Kata and Zach have sex after the first week. Like, we think it's gonna be even worse if they leave each other now, which I don't think they will.
Yeah, but he keeps bringing it up. They literally just had sex. They're pulling the covers down. He goes, "Will you kill me if I explore with a bombshell?" Insane thing to say.
I know. But part of me thought that was like British humor, though. For some reason, I didn't think he was serious, because I actually have a theory, and I might be wrong, that Zach is like in it to win it, but he's just better at hiding it than Ace from last season. Like, he's trying, every time he talks to Trinity or Bryce about Trinity, he's like trying to break up that couple. He kind of did it with Aniya and KC last episode. When giving advice, he's like kind of trying to deter people away from each other, and I feel like it's to bring him and Kata up. But that's just my theory. That's like maybe the gamer survivor in me thinking too deeply about the dynamics on Love Island.
No, I like the theory. I feel like usually I'm pretty good at clocking that. I'm on guard. Zach has not been on my radar, but I feel like enough people are thinking that he's being messy. And now I'm wondering who the next couple is he might try to meddle in.
I think Bryce is doing the same thing too, though, because he was like talking to KC about Aniya and was like, "Oh yeah, I think that's Aniya trying to lock you down." I don't think that's anything that's been happening that we've seen, at least. So maybe that's why they're best bros, because they're both ready to break up every other couple.
Maybe. I didn't even see, that's the thing. I think Bryce and Trinity can do no wrong, so I didn't even look into that one. Maybe I just don't like Zach.
Which is, I think that's Claire from Big Brother 23 came on the other day, and she's like, "I love everyone except Zach." So you would be in great company to have that opinion. Yeah. Bryce as well. It's just, I feel like I saw so many photos of Bryce on Tumblr as like not a youth, but like a young adult, and like he's the cover of so many like Wattpad fan fiction stories that just as like a chronically online person, I'm like, no, I know him. I've seen him for so many years.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really remember him. I've probably seen him on Pinterest, but I think I was like a generation too far behind to see him as like that type of icon. But seeing those pictures are pretty nostalgic, because he was similar to a lot of the guys that I remember like crushing on back then.
He has like a 2016 vibe still.
Yes.
He's stuck in the past.
I mean, he's from the 2016 vibe, so it would make sense.
Yeah. He built it. That's his vibe.
We mentioned KC and Aniya. I feel like they were someone who were pretty strong, but we started seeing a couple cracks. What do you think about them this week?
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not liking them anymore. I love Aniya. I think she deserves an amazing guy. I don't think he's on Love Island. I think she's the kind of girl who can do so much better than all of these men. But I was digging them at the beginning until the conversation between Corbin and KC, where he called her a grandma for not like doing shit in bed with her. Like, that pissed me off, because I can tell Aniya is probably the kind of girl who likes to make sure that there's like commitment before she does anything like that with a guy. And maybe she's on TV and she doesn't feel comfortable. Like, totally valid. I'd be the same way. And so I just did not like that at all. And I hope they play it on movie night, because I don't think she'll like that.
That exactly. I need that. Like, part of me is like, okay, I'm ready for these couples to start exploring. And then part of me is like, well, I really want these invested couples to have a very dramatic movie night. So maybe we need to move movie night up even.
I know.
We need movie nights so bad. They didn't do one last year because no one was a real couple last year for the most part. Like, it was just so up in the air. This year we need it. I feel like in the past week we've gotten 100 clips that would be great for movie night. Yeah. And I felt like KC being upset that they weren't getting physical. came out of nowhere.
Nowhere.
But even
For us,
Aniya
yeah.
brought it up with Kata as well. So it's like, well, they've obviously talked about it.
Right.
Why didn't we see that before? Like, I feel like they were hiding the flaws in KC and Aniya. Like, they were like giving us like, okay, there's a little bit of drama. There's a little bit of drama. And I was like, I think they have big problems.
I think so too. And I feel like maybe it was just because they have to like focus on certain couples and they didn't have time to when Sincere and Melanie were having all that drama. But I guess now it's coming up. And I just don't like what I'm seeing. I feel like she could do better.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate. I think that not to say Casa Amor will be the real test again, because when they're trying to convince me that they're going to write letters to different people after not speaking to a single other person in the villa, like, I'm not buying that. They need a little separation to see if they can actually explore.
Yeah, I think you're totally right.
They need options. Like, neither of them really have any options right now. So we need them to be bringing in bombshells specifically for them.
Why have we had like 3 bombshells for the entire season?
That's what I'm saying. It's like that's why they're lucky. It's like the proximity theory where they're just like attracted to the people that they're around all the time. So if you're not bringing other people, fresh blood, no one's gonna change their mind.
Yeah.
And it's literally like, how many romance novels have the trope of like, oh, there's one bed and we have to sleep in the same bed, and then it makes a couple grow a lot closer. Well, not switching up these couples is only going to make them feel more comfortable and together.
So true.
Yeah. I would love to know, Sophie, your thoughts on the like Melanie, Sincere, Sol love triangle that now seems to have reached a final conclusion, but it was crazy.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So speaking of movie night, I think that there needs to be, you know how they do the titles? They need to do his as insincere and then play all the clips of him going back and forth to Sol and Melanie, basically telling them the same things. Because I felt so bad for Sol, her and Caleb, but we'll talk about that, I guess, later. But Sol standing there not getting a letter after she wrote like such a nice letter to Sincere. It's just like clearly he was leading her on, and I hate that so much. I hate that.
It was hard. I want a split screen on movie night of Sincere saying the same exact thing and then it's zooming out to both of them. Like, I need that.
Like him calling them both beloved.
Yep.
Yes. Oh my God.
Crazy.
Which
that needs to happen.
Beloved on day 7 is crazy anyway, even if you've been consistent.
But I feel like to say that to like the lady checking him out at Chipotle,
Yes.
So I don't know why they even took it to heart that they were like, oh, it's so special.
I wanted to make a joke when we podcasted with Rob and call him beloved as like a joke, and I was like, no, I can't do it. I've known Rob 10 years. Like,
I don't know if he would have picked up on it, to be honest, or maybe he would have.
Okay. Maybe, but it could have been weird. It wasn't worth the risk. I felt too weird. And again, I've known that man 10 years. So
Did Sincere make the right choice? Did Sincere ultimately go back to the more compatible option, or was Sol good for Sincere?
I don't know. I think he just misses Melanie because she's been sleeping outside and probably looking really good, and just I don't know. I have no idea though. What do you guys think?
Do you think they stand a chance?
I kind of do, but outside the villa, no. Like in real life, they're not lasting. Yeah. I'm hoping that they put someone in like his ex or someone he has like real history with in Casa Amor, because he's for sure gonna bring. I think he's gonna bring somebody back regardless. To be honest.
Yeah, I think so too. From the beginning, I've really felt like Sincere and Melanie have Cassie and Leo vibes from season 5, where it's like during the season they will always find their way back together, but after the season it's going to be like they blocked each other on Instagram. Oh my God, they've gone live together. Oh, they blocked each other again. Oh, they're following each other again. Like, that's the vibe I see for them, because they have this like magnetic chemistry, but they just cannot get on the same page.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think the attempt to sleep in soul ties was, like the ghosting in real life equivalent. But unfortunately, like he's gonna bring back breakfast to the same room, whether you want him there or not.
Exactly.
Can we talk about how Sincere doesn't know how to make scrambled eggs? This man's 25 years old.
Yeah, didn't he say it was because he's never made eggs or something
Yeah,
before?
he doesn't like eggs, so he's never made eggs. But I feel like even if you don't like eggs that much, it's like you're home alone, you're 12 years old, you need something, so you make a scrambled egg. I just don't understand.
I know that's so crazy, but that's like one of the least like surprising things about him. Like he's so crazy. Like he's honestly of all the things I don't like about him, I think he is the perfect Islander though. Like he needs to stick around because we need him for the drama, and that's what I think newer fans need to learn. Like there is. Yes, you can hate the Islander, but that doesn't mean you need to dump them from the villa. Because once you dump the people you don't like, that's when the show gets boring. So,
and here's the thing with Sincere, he says he's never made scrambled eggs. Is that true? Does Sincere love scrambled eggs? He just wants someone to teach him? Like, I don't know.
No, that's such a freaking valid point.
He's watching the Gordon Ramsay video and making like those gourmet ass wet, disgusting, in my opinion, scrambled eggs.
I know exactly what you're talking about too.
Wow, I didn't even consider that. I saw a post today that was just like Sincere sitting on a blanket in the villa, and it was like he was probably lying here, by the way.
Yes, like this, right? His hand was up. His hand is always up when he's lying. It's so funny.
He does have towels, and when his hair is down, he's in especially demon mode, is what I've noticed. It's weird. I would like the people in the villa to pick up on that as well. Sophie, who did you vote for last night as your favorite couple?
Okay, I regret my decision. It was an emotional decision, but I should have voted for Bryce and Trinity because that's who I genuinely love. But as a fuck you to Kenzie and Corbin, I voted for Caleb and Sol. I'm like, you know what? I want to see their reaction when we all vote for these people to be the favorites because they're gonna be like, oh shit, damn, they hate us because that's the only way we can tell them.
And I think that's a valid reaction because I think that a lot of us have been wanting a shakeup in the villa. And it's like, we only get so many opportunities to try to do that. Now, let's say even if like they're able to stay safe, who are the ideal Islanders to go home then?
That's a good point. Honestly, as an experienced Love Island watcher, I think Kata and Zach because, and I know that's kind of crazy, but they're so locked in. Like they either win the show or they're going to be boring as hell the entire way through. Like there's nothing, they seem like they're both just going to stick together the entire time. It's week 2. There's 4 more weeks. Like I don't care to see them. Don't waste my time. I like the back and forth. Like, honestly, that's why I'm digging Melanie and Sincere, even though he's a demon, like you said. He's giving us something. Like every week it's like, will they, won't they? And that's fun to watch. So that's my opinion.
Yeah. Without Melanie and Sincere, the last 2 weeks would have honestly been so boring. I feel like we got some episodes that were pretty slow, and then they would end with like a bombshell about Sincere, Melanie, and Sol in the last 5 minutes, and it keeps you wanting more.
It's like the Huda situation last year. It's like she was such a mess, but she's the only thing making this interesting right now, you know? So you gotta keep her there.
I wonder almost if, like we've been saying, the lack of dates, the lack of bombshells, is there a chance that there was so much going on that they're like, we need to let this play out and not start messing with things? And then that's how we got in the situation. I don't know if they would fully change their like filming schedule by any means or their production schedule, but I'm looking for some reason as to why.
No, that's a good point. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand why no one's been on a date except at Paradise Cove in episode 2 when like Kata got her dates and Gabe got his dates, which like they weren't even dates. It was just a blanket on the ground.
Yeah. Like think about if a bombshell comes in and she's interested in KC and Zach. That poor bombshell is going to be in the same position that Caleb and Sol is in right now. Like she's screwed, you know? So it's just like we need something to happen. And I honestly think that's why Casa Amor is so early. It's usually like week 4, week 5, or later in the season, and they're bringing out. Did you guys see that they're playing it in the movie theaters? Like,
are you gonna go?
Of course I am. I want to be with a bunch of girly pops in the theater, like, you know, crashing out over Kenzie being stupid and whatever. You know, I feel like that's gonna be fun.
But it's not happening in Canada, so I can't go. I'm pretty jealous.
Oh, that sucks. You gotta fly down for that or something.
There you go. At least make a Zoom
I
watch
was
party or
happy
something.
internationally.
Whatever.
Yeah, I think like next week is actually week 4. So it's actually, I think, right on time.
I guess you're right. Maybe it is on time. Oh, wow. Next week is week 4?
Yeah.
Wow.
So is the finale like already 3 weeks away?
I think that the finale, my prediction on the finale, this is not confirmed because they haven't told us anything. I think the finale is going to be July 12th. Because that would be like the exact same number of episodes and days as seasons 7, 6, and 5.
Which
So
I'm surprised about. UK has a much longer filming schedule, and I feel like Love Island USA has been so successful. I think that having a longer schedule only gives more opportunities for things to fall apart and drama. You could push Casa Amor a little bit back. Could have had more bombshells before. I'm surprised we haven't added at least a week or 2 onto these seasons.
It's out of respect for me because we're only gonna have 3 days of overlap with Big Brother, and that's huge for me personally.
Yes.
Because I feel like a few years ago, Love Island and Big Brother like completely overlapped. Every week of Love Island had Big Brother, and it was horrible. So I think that they're just playing to their strengths. And but they've said several times it's 6 weeks, so we should not expect an extended season this year. Maybe next year. That'd be fun.
You're right. Then I think you're right. Then I guess it is good timing. Maybe from what I'm remembering is like Love Island UK. It's usually like deeper into the season when people have like, have deeper relationships and all that. But, yeah.
How long is Love Island UK these days? Like, is it like 10 weeks?
I think it's like 8 weeks.
8, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then having more bombshells come in early, I think, is just a lot better. Like we were talking about this last night. Scally does not count Kata and Gabe as bombshells, and I don't think I would either because they were there day 1. Corbin was basically there just as long as
one
them.
day later.
Like it's been 3 bombshells total, and we're like halfway through week 3. Doesn't make any sense.
I take my who should be dumped thing back. I didn't even think of them because they're so irrelevant. Gabriel and Jen should be dumped. Like they need to go have sex in their own home. Like, come on. So they're my vote. Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, I love that. I agree.
A good pick. It's a very sexual couple. Maybe let them go to the hideaway and then they can leave from there. But I think they might be content.
Yeah.
I wish I could go back to the person I was before they did that little pan to Gabe's underwear off outside of the blanket in last night's episode. Like, I can't stop thinking about it. Like, I'm just disturbed. I didn't need to see that little pan. We knew what they were doing under the blankets. I don't need to see his boxers.
I know. And then you see Bryce and Trinity being like, what is that we're listening to right now? So crazy. They're so insane.
As for the other little bit of a love triangle we have Kenzie, who you're enjoying early on, talking to both Corbin and Caleb. How do you feel like Kenzie's been navigating her newfound roster?
I have not liked it. And I don't like to say, I don't know the girl, but just from what I've seen, I feel like she's disappointing me. I feel like she's probably a pretty male-centered girl who needs validation from men, which she doesn't need. She's beautiful. She's got a bubbly personality. And it just pisses me off that she's going for Corbin because I feel like the only reason why is that they had a couple nights in bed where he, they fooled around and stuff. And she seems like she latches on to that. But in Corbin's mind, it means nothing. Like you saw him making out with Melanie the other night, kissing her shoulder. Kenzie feels so special, but like Corbin's bringing someone back from Casa Amor. I will put my freaking car on it, like 100%. So it just bothers me that like we could see the reality and like she herself can't. And it's like one of your friends that you see them like running off a cliff and like you just have to let them learn themselves. And in the meantime, she's hurting people too. Like Caleb's that hurt. I felt so bad for him
because he's just a little boy.
Yeah, that's why I do.
I mean, he is only 1 year younger than Corbin. But
Corbin's also a little boy in my eyes.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing. Do you think that Kenzie and Caleb ultimately would have been a better match? Because I feel like they really didn't let us see a whole lot of interesting conversation between those two either.
No.
I don't know.
I saw a TikTok today of someone saying that they had gone on like a double date with Kenzie last year. Did you see it as well, Sophie?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I love that we all saw this. And I was like, yeah, sounds about right. Basically, for the people listening who maybe are not on Love Island TikTok the way that we are, allegedly, she's like hyping this girl up. Oh, you're like so much hotter than this guy. You could do so much better. And then this girl finds out later that Kenzie was talking to all the guys about how like horrible she is and how she's like manipulative and a bad person. So if true, which I mean, like, and it's not corroborated. We don't know that it's real, but if it is real, it does kind of add up with what we've seen.
There's a lot of TikToks about a lot of Love Islanders that end up some being real, some end up being very fake. So it is tough to say. But there's
I have a story that's real that I hadn't seen, but I'm not going to say names because like I'm not supposed to say it, but I love you guys and I love Rob, so I'm going to say it to you guys. But obviously, you guys know Corbin is from Miami, and he was actually dating someone that I know, and they were supposed to go on a trip together in a month from now, and she found out that they're not going on the trip watching Love Island and him coming in as a bombshell. And so she goes to text him and she says, "Oh, I guess we're not going on the trip anymore. It's green." Like, shows us.
Oh, no. And
so
I feel like Corbin's like, why not?
Like,
why not?
I thought we had a plan. Speaking of that, and why I don't feel that bad for Caleb is I think the count is up to like 26 girls who've posted being like, I was seeing this guy and I get he didn't answer my text and now he's on Love Island. Like, it's like a lot of people. So I think he's doing just fine at home. And again, don't know if all of them are real, but I'm sure like statistically, at least a couple are.
Statistically. No, yeah, it's true. I would never go on and say that on TikTok. I mean, I guess I said it here, but I feel like that, like, my story is 100% true, you know, like one of the girls is my friend, you know, so
sure.
But I'm sure some people do it for clout too, you know.
100%. Like, since season 6 of USA, the fan base has just gotten so wild, so out of control. Skylar and we were talking about this last night about how it's like we kind of feel like, oh, the preseason 6 Islanders, they're so cute. They're like our little secret because no one else was watching.
Yeah, no, I know. It's so, I actually feel bad for like a lot of the earlier seasons of Love Island USA. Like, a lot of those people weren't as, I feel like they didn't seem as like bad people, and they got like no attention at all. Like, a lot of people.
And some of those seasons are good.
Yeah, they are. The
season 2?
Season, yeah, and season 2. Season 2 is so good.
Season 2 is great. Season 5 is great. People are missing out. Yeah, I saw even Deb from season 4 is like posting on TikTok, and she's like posting behind the scenes, and someone was like, "Well, how do you know all of this?" It's like, okay, well, thanks.
She's like one of the more iconic people from the earlier seasons. So,
season 4 was the first season on Peacock, right? After it moved off of CBS, yeah, season 4 doesn't get enough attention. Season 5 definitely doesn't get enough attention. People need to go back to season 2 and learn like the sacred text of Justine.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, she's so baddie. She was on the challenge too. Like,
she was great.
Yeah.
I feel like she's like one of, I don't follow that many Love Island people, but she's one that I followed like ever since. And she's done so many other shows, which is fun.
Yeah.
Love her. She should have won Perfect Match, even though she didn't have a connection. She should have won that too. Do you also watch like the Love Island Games seasons that come out?
I keep up with it on social media, but no, that one's too like gimmicky. I don't like the like cash grab shows that they do, little spin-offs and stuff. Yeah. Do you guys watch them?
We do. It's like, it's fun. It's fun. It adds a little bit more strategy. It's like it's not obviously like Survivor or Big Brother or anything like that, but it is fun to have like that element of like, oh, the competitions actually mean something. And I have always loved when people like physically fight on Survivor, when they're like wrestling in the water and that kind of thing. And that is often what's going on Love Island Games. So I am tuned in for that.
And what I do like about that is that they pick a different people that we wouldn't normally see as like the OGs. So you get to see people just interact differently and like, I don't know, different people.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I think Love Island Games 1 was super fun. I think 2 people focused a little bit too much on the competitive aspect over the love. And so I think that was probably a problem they need to address for season 3. But it's definitely fun. And I think that a handful of people could maybe find some success over there.
That would be fun. I know this is super old news and doesn't matter at all anymore, but I would love to hear, Sophie, your perspective on Sean versus the mayor of Bethlehem.
Oh my God, that was so. What was that about? Like, what's wrong with the mayor? He clearly is not. He doesn't have enough work on his fucking desk, because why does he care about a random citizen in his city that is going on Love Island? Like, if anything, it's a good thing. I don't know. It was a good thing for Sean.
Listen, Sean could be the only positive PR any police agency has received, possibly ever. So
that's so true. I didn't even think about that part. Like, he's a good cop. You could tell.
They put him on a forced administrative leave when they could have just taken a couple vacation days and he would have been right back. He was there. I'm sure he still has some left over.
I'm sure too. That's so funny and true.
So crazy. And then, of course, we also lost Beatriz early.
Yeah,
that was very sad. I'm still missing her.
Me too, because she brought some like realness to the villa that I think we're kind of missing. She would call people out, and she was also kind of funny. I don't know. I was kind of sad that she left. I cried during her episode, like when she was leaving, and her and Gabriela were talking to each other in Spanish. But then, like, he ruined it because he just showed he didn't really care about her at all when she left.
Yeah, I was sad when she left. I thought they had something real, and then literally Sunday night we see him making out with Jen in the bed, and I was like, oh, so it was never real. Got it. Yeah. But like, she had so many classics. Like, she said, I'll stand 10 toes down on that, and I don't even have 10 toes. She said, I didn't beat teen pregnancy to become a stepmother.
That's my favorite.
When she said she was planning to take off her prosthetic leg to like scoop up the fake dollars in the challenge where Corbin was actually in the room to make out with them, like, that's a strategic icon.
She's so funny. She's
Put her on games.
Yeah.
I wish she was here because I feel like if someone was going to call out Sincere, it would be Bea. Like, I think, you know, she'll compare the stories. She's going to do the detective work. And I liked that, you know, when she was frustrated with Melanie, she told her straight to her face. And I feel like that's a character we really need in the villa that we're kind of missing right now.
I totally agree. I agree.
I think, Kate, I want Sol and Caleb to have a chance, but also if they go home and Jen and Gabe go home, then Kenzie is going to have to try to be friends with the OGs again, which I think could be very compelling.
I agree with that, actually. I feel like she's been straying away from them because she feels like she can't be honest with them because they're friends with Melanie or not Melanie. Yeah,
Melanie.
Right? Melanie, yeah. So, I don't know. That would be really interesting. It would kind of force people's hand to be like, show who they really are.
100%. Okay. Yeah. I feel like we've covered a lot of ground, and I know you have a heart out. So I just wanted to give you the option, Sophie, if there's anything Love Island USA Season 8 that you have a strong opinion on or a hot take or something you really need to say before we get out of here, here's your opportunity to do so.
Oh my gosh. The only thing I want to say is Bryce and Trinity for the win. I hope that they win. They just have that winner energy. You know, you could tell early on, like, I want to put my eggs in their basket. I want to invest in that Bitcoin, like that. They're mine. And I just hope that Bryce doesn't fuck up. But I don't think it will. I think that they're meant for each other. So that's all I'll say. And also, I've had so much fun. Like, you guys this has been a dream. I love talking about Love Island and Survivor. And I never thought there would be a day I'd be on RHAP talking about Love Island. So.
No, please. Thank you for coming on. And now that we know that you're watching regularly, I'm sure that will make it happen again.
Yeah.
100%. I like to think we would have found our way here anyway, is what I like. I like to think. I feel like this is very much the vibe. But thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come talk to us. I know you have a lot of other projects going on right now. Do you want to share them with the people listening in case they're interested?
Honestly, no. I mean, if you want to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, up to you guys. Like, but I don't need to plug because if they want to, they will. And it's your free will, you guys.
What about your trip? What, like, maybe people don't know about the trip and they want to sign up.
I am doing like a group trip with people. It's like open to solo travelers, couples, Survivor fans. I'm not accepting everybody because there's only going to be a certain amount. But if you're interested, DM me on Instagram, send me an email, and maybe you can come with us to Costa Rica. That could be fun.
Ooh.
But yeah,
Literally the dream. But yeah, everyone go follow Sophie if you're not already. She's a great follow. She's very funny. But that's it for our bonus episode today. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Scally, do you want to let the people know where to find you?
People can find me over on the Free Agents podcast talking about Old School The Challenge, or on social media at Brian_Scally, pretty much everywhere.
Love it. And you can follow me everywhere at Kirsten Said What. I'll be back Thursday night talking about Love Island USA when we get the results of the vote. Can't wait to see what happens. I will see you next time. Bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.